Hi, I'm Eggsy, and I will be talking about my game design portfolio. I applied to and was accepted by USC for the spring, NYU, Pratt, and UCSD for the ICAM program. So yeah, this is just what I did and my thoughts on what I did. So a bit about myself, I am an artist. I want to go into game design because my dream job is to be a conceptual artist that works in the gaming industry. So yeah, basically my entire portfolio is art. This might as well be just an art portfolio, but it is what I submitted to game design programs and I did get in, so I'm putting this out as an example. I would like to emphasize the example part. I've actually heard advice from both teachers and students to not look at the portfolios of others, since it might make you feel obligated to model your work after theirs. Don't do that. Your work should be what you feel best represents yourself, not a copy of someone else's. I submitted artwork because that's what I want to focus on in school, but that's only one aspect of an extremely broad subject. So, just saying again, this video is only here as an example, not a guide that should tell you what you can and can't do. Also, I'm pretty sure that for portfolio-based programs, stuff like your GPA and your SAT score doesn't really matter that much, but I'm putting this here just in case anyone was curious. USC actually only allows one file to be uploaded as your creative work sample, so what I did, since I'm an artist with multiple pieces, was just stuff everything onto a Google slide and export it as PDF and send it like that. There's also a place where you can link a website if your creative work is on there, which I'm pretty sure I could have done by creating an online portfolio and linking that, but just in case I wanted to actually put a file in the place where they asked for one. Also, just a small content warning before I actually show my portfolio in case anyone needed this. I'll also have a little slideshow at the end of this video where I show my fine arts pieces. I use them for the other schools I listed, and they kind of show more of this, so just putting that out there. Anyways, this is the first slide of the PowerPoint. It's all part of a story that I created where some person accidentally ends up in a realm of the gods, and basically they just stay there for the entirety of the game, or the story, I suppose. But the thing is that it's not like some magical journey, it's kind of still everyday stuff, like you still need to work and you still need to pay rent, but also there's magic. But in the end, nothing's really changed. And I just wanted to explore different character designs and how that might happen, and how I could maybe tie the idea of an afterlife together, since these are quote unquote gods that I was including in my story. So, anyways, this is one of the gods that I was talking about. They are based off of the concept of an incubus, but instead of being the ones who are super attractive and seducing everyone, the idea is that they prey on the insecurities of others, especially with their physical beauty and stuff like that. They are essentially a body part merchant. You could change your eye colors if they have any eyes that have the color that you want. You could change your feet, your hands, whatever. This is Era. His design is based off of a seraphim, and now that I'm thinking about it, I actually didn't write in detail talking about the character or their design or whatever. I just submitted mainly pictures, so it might have looked like that I was just name dropping random things here and there. I wasn't sure if I wanted to include writing because I actually have a lot of world building stuff, but USC said that they wanted to view your creative work sample in 10 minutes or less, so I wasn't sure if putting so much writing into one slide along with all the art and stuff would be overwhelming. So I feel like that's something you should also think about. These two are the main two characters. The one to the left is the main character, I guess, who is the human who accidentally lands himself in the god realm. I call them former human because the whole idea is that these gods are basically humans, but they came beforehand and they learned how to create humans. And it's also why the god realm is kind of like an everyday thing, because humans sort of repeat what they do throughout these sorts of cycles, because they themselves also were once human and they also once had a creator who was their former human. The one on the right is a sidekick or a partner of Coda. Her design is also based off of a seraphim. I actually drew more than half of the pieces included in my portfolio in my AP art class that I took in 11th grade. I don't really know how other schools do it, but for my school, you get to decide what you want to do on your portfolio, and it was extremely helpful for me because I based mine around the idea of conceptual art and game design. So these are actually like really old, and also why they don't look as good as the slides beforehand, which were drawn more recently. These are pretty minor characters, so I didn't really include much about them outside of just like a full body drawing and like a few details here and there. Um, like it says, they're the leader of their respective regions, which I will get into later on in the portfolio. These are my attempts at a creature design. Kind of like the ones in the last slide, they're exclusive to each region. There's not really much to talk about them. Same with the one on the left here. The one on the right is my attempt at environmental design. It's actually made in a summer camp in 2018, so it's the oldest piece out of everything that I put in my portfolio. Right picture was done on scratchboard and painted over with gold acrylic paint and some watercolor lightly because this is scratchboard and colors don't really show up on it. But yeah, in case you wanted to see it, this is the physical piece. It was matted because I submitted as part of the quality section of the AP art folio, and here's just like a little zoom up of it. The camera quality is kind of bad, but yeah, I'm a very detail oriented person, so that was very fun to do. These are some other environmental designs that I did, drawn traditionally. I honestly do not know what to talk about. They're just there. I actually do have both of these paintings with me too. They're 16 by 20 and they're done on canvas using acrylic paint. So yeah, this is the one on the left. I actually made this after I did the one on the right. It was not fun doing the one on the left because I had an APR portfolio due the next day. So this one took like 3 months because I did not know what I was doing. And I'm pretty bad at painting if I do say so myself, but I do like colors. So, yay. This is another environmental design. I actually made this for what is it? I made this for a zine that was showcasing like backgrounds and environments, and it's actually still in production right now, which is really cool. But yeah, this is like an environmental design, and there are some drafts to decide. I probably should have included a third draft from which the final design was based off of, but whatever. It's pretty nice, and I think it was also the more recent stuff that I put in my portfolio. Oh man, okay, these two I actually hate the most. They're the last slide, so yay, but yeah, I'm horrible with UI stuff, and as the art itself isn't that bad, but I did make it for an AP portfolio and I was short on time. The whole idea was that it was supposed to be some sort of weird visual novel thing that included dating sim elements, but I don't know, it just looked weird. So I do have some other things, but that was mainly it for the USC part, and I used the same pieces in that portfolio for the other three schools, or mainly focus around those. Like I do have some fine arts pieces that I will also show here, but yeah, that was mainly it. My core focus was around conceptual art and character designs and environmental designs and the art design part of game design in general, and creating my own story. Also, another thing I should mention is to please check your grammar. I'm going through my old stuff and it's absolutely abysmal what I wrote. Like, there's so many writing mistakes here and there that I don't even know what happened in between. But yes, please check your grammar. That's I think should be a given, but it's also pretty important. So yeah, that's it. I mean, I haven't even gone to USC yet, so I can't be the ultimate decider of what does get in or doesn't get in. But if you guys have any questions or would like me to critique some art portfolio stuff, I don't know, then feel free to like either ask me in the comments or hit me up on social media. I'm at VacuI. Yeah, that should be it.